Hello everyone, this is Pushparaj. Today in this video, and I'm going to share about the constraint in SQL. So we have many constraint. So let's see one by one. So the very first we are going to see is, it's not null. So where can we use not null? How it works? Okay, let's see one by one. So for this, I have created a new table. I have already created this. Okay, if I click this, you know, no, because it's already created. So I'm going to create this table. Create table employee details, which contains ID, name, age, salary, location, rating. Okay, so we're gonna use not null in id, just very simple guys. So if you want this id column should not be null, then you can use this null followed by id. Okay, let's just create this. Oh, it's created. So so now we're gonna insert new row into this new employee details. So now we're gonna remove the id. Okay, now we're gonna insert name, age, salary, location. Okay, so name, age, salary, location, and one more thing. Rating. I have missed this. Rating. Let's 4 out of 5. Okay. Now, if we try to insert this, so it's throwing up error because we have set this id as not null. It should not be a left. Okay, it should be something. Okay, and the id should be something, so that's why it's throwing error. So if we add something like if we add any number, let's say id as 1. Now if we add, it should work. Yeah, now you can see that it's working actually, right? So now let's. So now it's added. So like that. So it will not allow you to allow the. So I what not null do is it will ensure the row is not null. So that is the function of not null. I hope you guys understand. Okay, let's just drop this table. Okay, we can move to the next. Okay, we drop the table. Now we're gonna see what is check. What is check constraint? Okay, check constraint is to evaluate a particular row. So for example, if you want to if you are creating table with all the employees uh, should have the age of about 21, so that's the rule. So okay, so how we can implement that? So we're gonna create table, the same table which we used previously. We're gonna use this now. The command is very simple, like check age above 21. Okay, now let's just create this. So now we have created with the check constraint. So it will check if the age is about 21. So now we have already written this line of code. Okay, it contains everything. Now we gonna change the age to 18. So let's execute and see what happens. Now it's throwing up error. Check constraint employee detail. Check violated because we have created a check constraint. for age. So we can add only uh, age is more than 21. So let's just try to 28. Now it should be working. Now it should be working. Can you see that? Yes. Because of now you can see it's added because if you try to add with age below 21, it will definitely throw an error. Can you see that? It's throwing up error. Let's just add. So now you can see the difference because it's uh, add it will let the uh, person to add age of more than 21. So, okay, this is how it works. Okay, let's just drop the table again. Let's just delete these things as well. So now we gonna what we gonna see is unique value. What a unique value? The name itself self-explanatory. So it will let the it will make sure that all the rows in a particular column should be unique. For example, now let's remove this and let's write this as unique. Okay, let's just create the same table we have created. So now we're gonna add this same code again. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my tone up there. It should be work. Okay. Now we have added. Let's just try to copy and add this. If you add, it will throw an error. Throw an error because duplicate entry because we have mentioned this unique constraint. It will not allow me to enter some duplicate record. So let's just try to enter two. So it's supposed to work this time. So now you can see the difference what this unique constraint does. Okay, and if you go and execute this, you can see the ID. It's unique. It should be unique. If you try to add one more time, it will throw up an error, duplicate entry. So this is how it works. Okay, guys, I hope you understand that. Okay, let's just drop everything. Now, what gonna the next topic is default. So default is something if you uh, if you don't add a sum column, for example, if you don't add location detail, if you mention some default value as some location Bangalore or Chennai, and it will automatically add even though if you don't mention a location while inserting some table some column from some details into this table. Okay, let's just see how it works. Okay, so for default, we gonna so okay. Let's mention the salary. Um, default as 3,000. Okay. So for any employee who join, the minimum salary is 3,000. Even though if they don't mention, it should be 3,000. Okay. Let's see how. So we're gonna insert this value. So for default value, we're gonna remove this salary detail. So we're gonna add only ID, name, age, location, rating. Okay, we left this salary details because we have added the default. Okay, now we have added all the details like ID, name, age, location, rating. Let's see how it works. Oh, wait, guys. First we need to create this. Okay, we have created this. Sorry, guys. Sorry for that. Okay, then we need to execute this query. Okay, query was executed successfully from name data. You see, you will see that salary as 3,000 because we have added the default as 3,000. So even though if a new employee is joining, even though the salary was not mentioned, by default it should be 3,000. So that's why it's showing as 3,000. So this is how it works. If you mention, let's see if you mention what happening. Okay, salary. Okay, let's just mention like 5,000. Mm, if you mention some value, it will execute. Okay, it will be added. If you don't mention something, especially the salary, it will automatically add the 3,000 as a default value. So that is what default constraint is. Okay, okay. Let's just move to the other constraint, that is primary key. This is very important. Primary key is uh, also unique, works works like unique constraint. However, it works like a unique constraint. However, so in a table you can add multiple unique column, but only one primary key should be added. So let's see how does this work. So for this, I'm going to primary key as ID. So we are declaring primary key as this. We are declaring the primary key as ID. So let's see what happens. So before that, we need to know the table. Uh, of the table, let's just delete this. Okay, okay, we have. So we're gonna create this new table with primary key. Primary key also works like a unique key, as I told earlier. Okay, just delete this. Insert into ID, name, age, salary, location. So we have added all the columns here. You know, we have also mentioned all the details over here. Let's just execute. And if you try to execute the same code again, it will throw up error because it's a duplicate error. Primary key also works like a unique key. So what's the difference between primary key? So I will explain in the next constraint. Okay. So if you try to add, let's say to Arjun, so this may age is let's just keep at 24. His salary is 4,000. He is in Chennai. So we're gonna mention rating at 2. Now let's just add this. So now it's added. Let's see. Okay. Now you can see that on the ID is unique. It should be unique, guys. If you try to add the same ID, it will throw up an error. So primary key can be used for employee ID, like the mobile number, Aadhaar number, and PAN card. So these numbers are unique, always unique, guys. Okay, for your mobile number is unique, your other number is unique, your PAN card also unique. If we use this primary constraint in a database, so someone cannot add a duplicate value. So this will ensure that the data entered is always unique. So note this point and um, think from a database perspective and you will easily understand. Okay, let's just go back to this topic. Okay, then let's see foreign key, how foreign key works. Foreign key, it's a constraint which is used in a child table. So let's consider this as a primary table. Okay, parent table. Okay, now we have already created this. We're gonna see this details. So let's assume that there are two employees are working, and companies newly giving cab services to these employees. Okay, okay. Now let's create a new table for cab. Okay, for that we need ID. So ID integer. Okay, the name of the employee. But root. Okay, there. So now we can mention this foreign key, foreign key as AB preferences. Preferences we need to mention that primary table name, primary table name, and the ID. So what happens is, suppose this come on. So now we are creating a table with the help of foreign key, creating, and it refers to the primary detail, primary table. Referring this table ID. So it should be working fine. Okay. So the now the second table is created with the help of foreign key. Now let's try to insert something. So the employee. Now let's assume that Pushparaj is going entering the cab detail in a website. Okay, so he is entering, trying to enter the details in a website. Okay, so he entered the employee incorrectly as five. Okay, and he mentioned his name correctly, Pushparaj. So he mentioned his root as Adayar. So now he is going to enter this value. It will throw and not add. So now you can see the error because it should be, the ID should be exist in this record. So now if we enter the correct ID, uh, it will not throw up an error. Uh, so because it works like as a child table. So if we um, this is how foreign key and primary key works. So foreign key always refers to the primary table. So if we try to add four and different name means it will throw up an error. So this is how it works, foreign key and index key. So I think I have covered six indexes. These are all very easy, and try to practice as much as possible. And there is one more constraint, that is index. So I'll try to simply explain this. Unfortunately, I cannot go and work on this because I don't have a very big database. So indexes is usually help us to speed up the query. So like if we have millions billions of row, and if you try to find a particular name in that database, it will take a lot of time because it has to go and search all the billions rows. So So if we want to speed up the query, so then the index comes into play. So if we use index, it will easily we find the easily extract the query very easily. So how you can create a index? I'll show you index. So that can be anything, like you can mention the table name and on details in this is how it works. So this is the actual syntax for creating simple. I saw a beautiful explanation video about syntax from Socratica. I leave the link in the description. You can go and watch that, because even though if I try to explain, you will not understand because I don't have the data. So what simply index does is it will speed up your performance. So that is what index is. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll try to post more videos about SQL in a basic simple explanation. I'll see you in guys next video. Thank you.